Vernon Schools. My name is Karen Davino. I am the superintendent of schools, and I am so excited today to be with Erik Villanueva. He is one of our art teachers here in the Vernon Township School District, and we are really excited. We are back from spring break, right? And we're so excited to talk about an event that has been going on here in the district for quite some time. But if you're new to Vernon, or if you missed it due to COVID, we did have some interruption, right, this event. Right. But it's coming back, and on June 10th, we are going to celebrate Artstanding. And Mr. Villanueva is actually the Artstanding coordinator, in addition to being an art teacher here in Lounsberry Hollow. Why don't you talk to the audience and the families at home just a little bit about Artstanding, maybe what people, how it came to be, and what they might expect to see on June 10th when they come here to Lounsberry.
Very good. So 8 years ago, we came to the realization that Vernon needed to better celebrate the arts with the community. Arts meaning anything from visual arts to music to culinary, all that. So we decided a festival would be the best way to do it and bring the public in. This year it's from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and we'll have all kinds of cool stuff. You're gonna see the culinary setting up, who knows what they bring in amazing things. I really don't even know what they're gonna do this year, but they surprise us every year with
So culinary, for some people, I mean, you're here at Lounsberry, the culinary program's at the high school. So if you have a student who goes to Lounsberry or even Rolling Hills, you don't even know that we have a culinary program. So that's the excitement around this festival, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a celebration.
Right. So the things that you don't even know about, or you're gonna see your daughter's in 4th grade and she's copying Roy Lichtenstein and adding her bit to it. And then as that develops through middle school and into the high school, then these students turn into like amazing artists.
Sure do.
And this is, you get to see the growth from kindergarten straight through to high school. That's a really cool thing as well, for sure.
Yeah. I think some of the other really exciting things are, one of my favorite projects, I think we're doing it this year, is the Monster Project, right?
Right.
Where that starts, does that start at Cedar Mountain or
that starts at Rolling Hills?
At Rolling Hills. So if you're a parent of a Rolling Hills child, your child might have actually drawn a picture or created an image of a monster.
Right.
And then what happens to those images?
And then they're all sent up to the high school, and then the high school students reinterpret them with the skills that they've learned through their years here. And it's just amazing to see the beginning and then the finished product. It's
and the
really
progression,
cool.
right? It's not a drawing, right? What do they come out as?
Sometimes they're drawings, sometimes they're graphics, sometimes they're sculptures. It can go any different way. And it's cool for the kid, the little kid, to see what their thing turned into from what they think of as the professional artist. So that's it's cool to see. And it's a lot of them.
Yeah. And one of the really nice things about Artstanding is that our community gets to see, like you said, that progression, right? So when you're home with your child, and for the parents at home, you see your children using crayons, right? The Crayola crayons or colored pencils, and maybe the beginnings of, I know my art is probably still stick figures, right? But you see how art develops from that very young age all the way through high school. And that really is due to the outstanding efforts of our very fine art faculty. So I have to give a special shout out not only to Mr. Villanueva, but all of our fabulous art teachers, music teachers, drama teachers, culinary. There are so many different programs. Cosmetology is going to be involved this year as well.
There's a bunch of new teachers bringing in all kinds of new energy as well, which I'm looking forward to seeing personally.
That's a great point.
And I think the whole, we made it through COVID. I think a lot of people, students and their parents, discovered another part of themselves over this break, where they're really using their crafts and their motor skills to create things that they didn't know they were capable of or even would enjoy. They say art saves lives, and I think really this break showed a lot of people what that means.
I think so too. And we're talking now that people want a different work experience, right? So they're working, but how are they relaxing, right? Maybe they're drawing, maybe they learned to play guitar, right? They've taken on a skill or art as therapy that's kind of helping them get through all of these changes with COVID. And it's a celebration, like we said. It's June 10th.
June 10th, 5 to 8.
5 to 8 at Lounsberry. I want to thank and recognize a few people. Tara Brennan, who had been with the Ed Foundation for many years, has worked very, very, very hard for Artstanding. She has been the coordinator along with Mr. Villanueva, I guess since, is it 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah, for the last 8 years. So really kind of a labor of love. It's a lot of work. I also want to recognize the Student Life Committee of the Board of Education. They're working really hard to support not just the art teachers and the program, but to make sure that all of those who come out and participate in Artstanding have a really memorable event. I think we have food that evening too.
We do.
Right?
There'll be food vendors here. We just have all those robotics things
We
showing
do.
up.
We have robotics. We also have some
Theater
CFM.
people.
Yeah, so it's really a spectacular event. And I have to be honest, usually the last few years prior to COVID, we've had beautiful weather,
Yeah.
right? There's plenty of opportunities for parking. We'll get into that as we get closer so that people know where they can park, and we'll shuttle you over. We do usually have thousands of people attend the event
do.
over a span of time, but we make sure that the performances are staggered so that you can kind of check out a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So you might be at the back of Lounsberry Hollow to see a jazz band performance, then you might be in the gym or in a cafeteria in Lounsbury to see a small chamber orchestra
Right, there's
performance.
ensembles set up all different spots
All
throughout
over the
too,
place.
right?
Yeah, so it's really, really a spectacular event. This is the first time that we're talking about Artstanding. Don't be surprised if Mr. Villanueva and I or somebody else are back to talk to you about it one more time, because it really is a Vernon event. I don't know of any other town or community
Right.
who celebrates the arts like we
Right.
do. So.
Prepare to participate too.
Yes. Why don't you
Yes.
mention that? That's really excellent.
Most of the teachers are trying to figure out ways to incorporate you, to get you involved, to you get that hands-on feeling, that knowing what you've created.
Mm-hmm.
And we want this to be a community event. It's not just about the children, it's about the community in its
Yeah.
entirety. So be prepared to participate.
Yes. I think one of the participation events a couple of years ago was the opportunity to draw or sketch or color a portion of a mural, right?
Right.
And when you're the participant and you're sketching this, you don't necessarily know what you're
Right,
creating
right.
until the whole mural comes together,
Right.
and then that has become part of.
And we do
our
have something
school
like that again this
We
year.
do. We have something planned. I think it's top secret though.
It's
right?
all, yes,
Top
it is.
secret, right? So again, as we get closer, maybe we will reveal a little bit more about what will happen. But June 10th, 5 to 8 p.m. here at Lounsberry Hollow, right?
That's right.
Artstanding.
Beautiful park-like setting.
Yep, it's perfect. Bring a lawn chair or not. It's bound to be a wonderful time for everyone. So we can't wait to see you. And Mr. Villanueva, thank you so much for spending
you.
some time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.